Hi guys. Hello. I'm so happy to be here, guys. And you guys have been asking me how I do my foundation, and because I've been doing basically what I come here to do, it's just to do makeup, foundation, do my shadows, and I don't really show my how I do my foundation. So in today's video, we would be talking about how we do our foundation. And to start off with, I'm just going to take a wipes, concealer. Oh, did I just say concealer? And with me, I tend to really get cold. So I hardly need current favorite foundation, and this is a super stay foundation, and it says 30-hour wear, and it's a Lumin matte, so it does illuminate and at the same time it mattes. Go on with my foundation now, you guys. I don't tend to apply so much with my foundation brush. This is a small foundation brush, and press the product in. Press it in, guys. Press. Most people tend to do that and they forget, so just make sure you bring it in. And if you feel like you need more product, if you look at my face right now, it feels like I'm not having any foundation on, but I am having foundation on. I just don't like too much product on my concealer in elf. And you want to use a so the foundation could actually be your exact shade or a bit darker, but I'll be using a brush, and this is Face Definer in 110. My concealer to sit for a bit because I need more pigment, right? So while waiting for that, I'm just going to take my Pro concealer, and it's like, so this is I would use this, right, as, so I'm just going to put this here, and like I said, you guys, I'm using this as my contour because you want to follow the natural color of your face. And yeah, so that is what I am doing right now. Just to use the same brush, right? If you are blending your yeah, I don't intend to be really heavy with my products, only because I want them kind of natural. I don't want it to be too super full coverage foundation. This is not a super full coverage, and I am going to for my Maybelline, and I just want my under eye to be super bright, so I'm going with just a dab and a dab here. Yes, you guys, just to give you that buttery look. And to do that, I'm going to take a smaller brush, and this is concealer buffer. I'm taking a smaller brush to remember, you're not dragging, you're tapping. As you are tapping, you're spreading your product. As you're tapping, you are spreading your product. That is what it is. You are not dragging. If you drag, your face is just going to look drag like an old woman. So just Esther and Haggai powder for the under eye. So what I do is just, at the moment, we are spreading the powder. To avoid waste of time, you can actually choose to use a brush like the sponge like this, and you make sure you tap off all the excess. You don't want excess on your sponge, and then you just bring it in. And with that, you want a foundation, a powder for your all over face. And I've got this one which I've been using for ages, and it has so many powder in there. And I'll be using one of my big brushes. This is really big, and I tend to go to this color, dust off the excess, and apply your powder. With this, you want to be super light-handed, like really light-handed. You just, like, you're brushing off the excess, you know what I mean? So that's what you're basically doing. And you come over to this place and again brush off the excess. Take off the excess, take an extra clean brush with no product on it, and work your way in. Now we actually going to a bronzer, and with bronzer I'm using a Juvia's Place in dark. And when you open it, it's a very beautiful color. As you can see, it has got two colors in there, and you would be really wondering which color to go for. But I just take a dab of it, this, and a dab of this, right? And I just go over to my face, and that's it. And you just want to be careful because this is really pigmented. I'm not even going to lie, it's really pigmented. Like, when I say it's really pigmented, a little goes a long way. You can tell that the color is coming together. And on this same palette, I've got this one, but I'll be taking a different brush. Yeah, I'll be taking so this is like a contour brush. I'm just going to take the darkest shadow, which is this one here, and just take a dab of it. Take off the excess if you feel like you had too much, and you just and then you blend it in. And yeah, one thing you would want to know is the direction of which you're placing this product, because it's actually not about buying the product, it's about how the techniques and the tools, basically how you actually applying your product. All right, so that is why you really need to take off a big brush, like a powder brush, which is a very big brush, and walk all over your face and blend it together. Now we want to work on the we want to do the I'm so intentional today, you guys. My contour palette, bronzer, and I like to take this shadow, just a dab of it, I like to use it as the contour of my nose. Now concentrate on where your contour is going to start from. Now you just want to put a tap and a tap, and then what you do now is you bring it down, right, and bring it down. At this moment you're working on your nose. If you have got a Congo nose like me, I'm not from Congo. Sorry if you are from Congo watching my videos, but the Congos are known to have a very big, huge nose. And so I'm just performing surgery on my nose at home. Yes, you heard me right. I'm performing surgery on my nose at home. So I'm just showing you the technique I use in creating my nose contour. You don't want to be heavy-handed. You can already see that the nose is sort of coming together. You want to use an angle brush in doing that. You just want to apply it straight from the eyes and bring it down. You want to use a softer color so it doesn't look like you have too much all over your face, right? And you agree with me that the face is coming together. Now one last thing we need to do is blush. I've got a liquid brush, and I've got for some reason I just don't want to use any other blush. I am somehow thinking of using this same palette as my blush. Yes, you guys, you can actually use it as your blush. I've got blush, but I am thinking of using any color here for my blush. And to do that, I am going to use this color here, and it's Spice. Just tap your brush in there. Guys, it's an orangey kind of. Don't mind the brush I'm using. This is not the right brush to use, but like I said, you guys, I don't feel like using my brushes today. Only because I don't want to wash them anytime soon, because I'm thinking of doing a video on brushes, like the brushes you can actually use for your face and stuff like that. So that's why I felt like that's why I felt like I'm being stingy in using my brush. So again, you go back to your big brush, and for me, I don't like heavy-handed blush, but most people really love heavy. When I mean heavy-handed blush, no, heavy-handed blush, it's not for me, guys. And I'll be using Sleek. So Sleek, the last thing actually is Sleek, and I'm using I'm just going to take any of these two colors. Now this is not a compulsory part, but ooh, it's heavy. But I love to use a highlighter on my face, so I'm using a clean brush with no product on it to kind of reduce it, because I felt like I applied too much blush. Yeah, so if you like to highlight like me, then you concentrate on here, which I feel like I've actually done too much on your forehead. You don't want too much, just like slightly on the bridge of your nose if you don't want too much as well. I feel like I've done too much already, so what I tend to do if I feel like I've done too much again is to use this powder brush and kind of rub it off to take off the excess, right? And then you can use I can use my hands to take off the excess. So I'm just gonna go off camera and finish up the rest of my eyes, and yeah, I'll see you in a minute. So this is the final look. Now so what I did basically after after my foundation that I did off camera is to apply this Revlon spray Fix and Glow Ultra Spray. I use that basically to take off the excess foundation I've got, and that is why I said, tell me this whole face isn't smooth. It is really smooth, you guys, and this is the final look. If you've actually watched my video to this level, I would urge you to kindly subscribe. Most people just come over to my video, you watch and you don't subscribe. Subscribe, you guys, and let's join the fam, so that whenever I post any video, you would be the first to know. Of course, why not? And I will see you in my next video. Bye.